you say that our current arrangements pose dangers to the peace, order and good government of New Zealand if demagogues take over.
Yes, I believe that. Look at what's going on in the United States right now with Trump. If he's not a demagogue, I haven't seen one. And so it's a very fragile system. Until you've had the levers of power at your disposal, you don't realise how fragile democracy is.
Why is it so important?
Well, because New Zealanders are, on the whole, kept in a state of constitutional ignorance because they don't know they've got a constitution. And the difficulty is they can't find it. It's in so many different places. You cannot locate the New Zealand Constitution in one place. It's in some UK statutes, it's in some New Zealand statutes, it's in some prerogative instruments, it's even in standing orders of the Parliament. And the result of that is that nobody knows where to look. We've got 25% of the people in this country were not born here. In Auckland, the figure is about 40%. And the system is built on unwritten conventions, which they said in the 1960s when they examined this question, we don't need a written constitution because we're British. But hello, we don't have that shared heritage anymore.
What would happen if we had a modern day Muldoon?
What would happen is that he could carry a lot more before him than one would hope. And that is the danger of having a constitution where anything goes. I don't blame the New Zealand public for not being concerned about their constitution because they can't find it. And if you don't keep your constitutional machinery in good order and condition, you will find that your democratic rights slowly ebb away.
But it is still true, isn't it, that Parliament can pass any law it likes, no matter how
Yes, it is true, and I'm absolutely opposed to that.
Are you still fighting Muldoon then?
No, I don't think it's Muldoon. I'm fighting the system. But it was really frightening. It was a baptism of fire for a new government, not even sworn in at this juncture, to deal with a massive economic crisis. New Zealand was on its bended knees. Our economy was in the wrecking yard. And it was, people have forgotten how desperate it was.
Did you think we're in for a roller coaster here at that point?
I did. I certainly did. And we knew, I mean, we had massive deficits at that time. I remember Muldoon saying that the public wouldn't understand a deficit if they tripped over on a dark night. But you can't go on spending money you haven't got, and that's what we were doing. I mean, we had to have some drastic economic action taken, and pretty quickly. That led to what I would call something of a juggernaut, where the economic changes became so great and so many that it was very hard for the public to deal with, and it was done too fast.